Hello, this is Finky with LanParty, and today we are going to enter into another league match in the Purgos Arena. And after this league match, after we hopefully win one of these other leagues, we'll be able to enter the Purgos tournament. And in all honesty, we need 5 fighters for that match. I may have lied to you just now. We may go somewhere else because the fighters here, I'm not truly interested in hiring any of these particular individuals. We got a couple bandits. They're pretty scummy. We got a centurion. Centurion eventually would be a nice addition to our school, but I'm not overly convinced that's the right way to go right now. So instead, what we might do is we might just leave this city altogether and come back to finish the leagues and tournament there at a later time when we have hired more potentially better gladiators. I can't English right now. We're gonna come right over here to Belfont, the place we were just at. That's obviously the place they want us to go after we deal with Purgos. So we're gonna come here and we are going to see if there are any league matches. But first, I want to see if there's a better recruit. Possibly we can recruit here. We might be able to get Ludo some gear here. I think that this place has some fire affinity gear. We might be able to get Ludo some better gear. Oh, we have a Legionnaire. Not the worst thing in the world, but both of our starting characters are basically Legionnaires, and having diversity in your party is pretty important. So I'm not convinced that hiring a Legionnaire is going to be the best way for us to make the best use of our finances and the spots in our school. We can't hire everybody. We have a certain amount of spots. We only hire a certain amount of people right now. A Centurion, 2 different Centurions, a Wolf. The wolf is not the worst thing in the world. Like, the animal companions, they're not going to be like major booms to your party. However, if you have a school of 3 or 4 gladiators that you're primarily focusing on, having a wolf in the party will allow you to basically attend those like 5-member matches without quite such a huge deficiency. And they're usually fairly cheap. Like, this guy's only 700 denarii. And there are certain matches that require a beast companion or an animal or beast type gladiator to fight in. So he's not the worst addition to our party. I would certainly consider it. I'm not overly convinced that's the best way for us to go right now. I'm really disappointed that there's no one I'm particularly interested in here. I'm really looking for basically a Peltist or Myrmillion. Those two are both really good. We could go ahead and hire a Centurion. But let's just wait and see if there are any leagues that will take on only 2 people. 1 to 5, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. The Challenge of Lycos. Battle against 6 half-starved pups. Yeah, we really want to bring in more than just 2 party members into those fights. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna leave Belfort. I'm not gonna come here either. I'm not interested in hiring any of those people, and I'm not interested in going into a match with such a heavy disadvantage as that. So right now we're just looking for gladiators to join our school, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and travel all the way to this little coastal town where I know for a fact there's a Myrmillion who we can hire. Is it Myrmillion? Is that how you say it? I'm not honestly completely sure. All the way down this road. If you stick to the road, you will face less challenges, as well as traveling in the daylight, obviously. I think Tricata right here. I said it's coastal, and it honestly kind of is supposed to be coastal. Let's see. Bloody Halo.
Well, a couple of
or at who is
I am Thank you.
Yes, of
Recruiting. Who we got? We have a Murmillo. Just what I wanted. No Peltus, though. And we're going to recruit you permanently. And I doubt I'm in a position to take on these matches in this city. I'm pretty sure that they are higher level matches. Let's just take a gander real quick. Battle of the People, which is only... Oh, we can do a couple of these, maybe. So let's go ahead and see if we can... How many do we need? We need 3. Oh, there's an entry fee, so we better win if we're going to enter into a match. These are some really good payouts, though. Well, not so much. Let's see who we're fighting. It's important to note that you don't lose the money if you back out of the match. Oh, a Minotaur? a Peltus, and a Bandit. I think we can handle it. I think we can. They're all level 1. Ooh. Not my favorite combat ever, but I'm willing to stake 500 denarii that we can win this match. I'm not sure if it's best. I mean, I definitely know it's best to target the Peltus first. I'm definitely worried about this guy right here, but the Peltus, he's not going to be as tanky as the Minotaur will be, and he can deal a lot more damage unless we bog him down in melee. So I think it's important that we go after the Peltus like pronto. And I'm going to have Valens, basically. I changed my mind. I'm going to have him right here. I'm going to put Valens right there and use Empower Self, and that should hopefully help us soak the damage from the Minotaur a little bit better. Although Ludo was level 2, and that might have also helped as well. But I've already made my decision. This is going to be challenging, to say the least. I didn't even realize that you could fight a Minotaur this early in the game. I think this is the first time I've ever done something this crazy. I've never seen a level 1 Minotaur before. But also, you don't have to travel to this town to find someone to recruit. Yeah, we did 9 damage, so really good start. I said I was going to Empower Self. It's still not the worst idea in the world. Let's see how the turns go. Oh, they're getting a lot of turns for us to go again. Well, I don't want to get hit by Trogodoomnus's ranged attack, and I have a good feeling that if I was him, I would forget Ludo and attack Valens, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Next turn, Valens will probably, honestly, go ahead and end this guy, but an Empower Self would be very useful as soon as possible. I just don't think it's reasonable. I think we would be able to pull that off without... Okay, now here comes the scary part. A maze. What does that do? Confused. Not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take out Emil first, because he's the next one on the turn order. And now we got Valens going mono a mono with the Minotaur. Not ideal. Especially since Ludo is unfortunately under that haze. So I'm going to go ahead and Empower Self, and we are going to go up against the Minotaur. Probably not going to go very... Oh, look at that. Shield destroyed. What'd I say? I'm thinking about moving... Well, I'm thinking about moving Ludo here. Maybe we just concentrate on him. I mean, this guy is certainly the threat. If I, like... But we could take him out faster. Huh. Okay. Let's take out Cyril with Ludo. Let's concentrate Ludo on Cyril. Try and get him out of the match. He's not going to deal a massive amount of damage to us, but the sooner we get rid of him, that's just one less person we got to worry about on the map, and we can start concentrating all of our energy on taking out the Minotaur. And we mostly were able to get to this position we're in right now, where it's basically just 2v1 on a Minotaur without much in the way of injury. Missing the shield is kind of a, you know, unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and move Ludo right here, just so I can prepare for a flank from Ludo. And unfortunately we didn't get the crit there. Oh, man. Okay, you know what? I definitely think that we should go ahead and concentrate our energy on the Minotaur. And I missed the crit. Unfortunate, unfortunate. But we can make up for that as long as we hit the crit on a couple more rounds. Oh, and that flank was devastating. I should not have moved Ludo there. That was a big tactical error on my part. So now it's 1v1 basically. This is not an ideal situation. We gotta see if we can hit every single crit, and even that may not be enough. Like, Empower Self is really the only thing that's going for us right now. And if we lose it, we're going to have to spend a whole other turn empowering himself again. What's the turn order? So it's basically Cyril's going to get 2 turns eventually. I'm not overly worried about Cyril's damage. I could move here and keep Cyril moving. It keeps him from doing any, like,
Don't make me angry.
funny shenanigans that requires, like, a full round action. And we lost in power self. Unfortunate. Hopefully we can soak another attack from the Minotaur. Come on, dodge. Oh, I love you, Valens. So now we're going to keep moving him. Just keep this guy from using full. I'll see you next time. Dancing around the Minotaur while striking him. And we got the crit in. It wasn't quite enough. We are close, but this is not a good situation to be in. Especially with the amount of damage that that Minotaur can put out in one single hit. He could end us right here with one attack. And a confusion is a nightmare right now. Unfortunately, it did go through. Very bad situation to be in. Hopefully he will target the Minotaur. Oh, he dodged. Wow. Okay, so we're going to go right around. We're going to keep dancing around the Minotaur. And we're going to come back and hit him. Hopefully our last time we have to hit this guy. Oh. Alright. Combat has been won. I'd be lying if I was saying that I wasn't on the edge of my seat right now. That was pretty intense. Level 1 Minotaur fight. Not something you see very often. I'm going to finish this guy off, and we won the match. We made a crap ton of money. How about that? Very, very good fight. We won 3,000 denarii. Was that not the 5,000 denarii fight? Maybe I misread the prize.
Well played. The champion.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh no, it's 3,000, 3,250. Oh, this one in particular is 5,000. 1 to 2 versus 4. Well, that's a lot more of a challenge than 2 versus 3. But I think that's gonna. Let's see. Let's do a little 2x2, a battle of the people. One. Hopefully this will be a Minotaur-less fight. We got 2 Legionnaires. We can handle this. No problem. I'm going to drop Ludo. I'm going to bring on the Murmillo. I'd like to try and level the Murmillo a little bit. And I think it's obvious how we're going to start this. Murmillo here. Valens here for the flank on the 1 Legionnaire. Murmillo has some range attacks, so hopefully if that Legionnaire we're trying to flank goes first, Murmillo can use his shield throw. I think I'm going to start off with an Empower Self right from the get-go. And he's going to come up for us. I saw that coming. I should have equipped his other shield. I forgot about that.
Remember our training.
I don't think it's really that necessary for this match. I think we'll pretty much, I think we'll win hands down. And he has a Throw Shield 1, and this guy is just within range. And I'm pretty sure, actually I know for a fact, that you do get certain flanking bonuses, height advantage bonuses, and other things similar to that, even on your ranged attacks. So let's go ahead and do this. And this is one of those things I was talking about where it wants us to hit a series of buttons as fast as possible in order to get the crit. So we're going to try and do this. YY, XXB.
Watch this move.
And there we go. That should like throw our popularity rating out through the roof. Yeah, see that? I think we got 3 tiers of it in one attack. I'm gonna move Valens over here to prepare for a flank. And unfortunately, that was not a crit. And let's just go ahead and move this guy right here. I think that's within range of his Murmillo shield. Doesn't matter. He's moved up. We blocked the attack though. And we can still use our Murmillo shield. XB, AYB, BXA. And now we got this guy right here in a really hard spot. I'm just going to come up and want to do the flank attack from the back. And we got the crit, and he goes down. And we won, I don't know. We probably don't deserve any more than like 500 denarii, but we probably won more than that. Pretty easy match. 1500. Get some skill on the Ladislaus. Some weird names in this game. And we only need 1 more skill point before we get our 2 cups for this. This requires for. before we get our 2 cups for this league. And I might as well go ahead and try and pull that off. We got a 1-3 versus 3 and a 1-2 versus 4. I'm wondering how tough the opponents look. I might back out if I look a little bit too tough. They are definitely too tough. Honestly, not that bad. 3 lights, the 1 heavy though. The 1 heavy. I think what you do is you obviously, if we're going to do this, we go for this matchup right here. His throw shield is just as strong as I remember it. I thought maybe I was overestimating how powerful the throw shield was, but no. His throw shield is extremely ridiculously overpowered. And Valen still has that Empower Self ability, which increases his defense and other things. However, if I'm going to use him in this fight, he's going to need a little bit more defense than what he has currently. I want to back out and go to the school to equip his backup shield. So let's just go to Minotaur school. Let's just equip the shield to Valen's and see if we can win that 4v2, which is going to be tough. But that payout is pretty heavy. So we're going to equip the Beast Shield. By the way, I think you can set them to automatically re-equip broken shields as long as you have more than one of that shield in your inventory. I should have done it the first time when I first bought them, but I didn't think of it. But I'm pretty sure you can set auto re-equip for shields. And we're gonna try this 2v4. We may not win this one. They're all, well, the Secutor's level 2, but I think that's not gonna be a problem as long as the Sam Knight is not level 2. I think we can win this. It's not going to be an easy fight in the least bit. I think we obviously are going to try and start out with a flank on the Peltus and get him out of the fight as soon as possible, and then move on to these lights right here. I'm fine with dealing with 1 light in this kind of matchup, but 2 is a little bit much. We might also concentrate on, well, it's just going to be a tough match. Obviously, Valens, I want you there, and I want you right there. Valens is going to start out with the run up to the Peltus to try and engage him in melee as soon as possible. And if he can one-shot him or bring down his health a significant amount, I may just have the Murmillo go with a shield throw rather than move up on him. But yeah, Valens is definitely going to go up there. He's going to go in with an early strike. We didn't get the strike. We didn't get the crit, unfortunately. Would have gone a long way. We might be able to outrun the Sam Knight with our shield ability, possibly. Like, I'm not guaranteeing that that's going to be possible for us, but if we can, that's one strat we could potentially use. If we can outrun the Sam Knight with our Murmillo and keep him on the shield throw, we could possibly just like do a little bit of we possibly take out the Sam Knight pretty easily that way. And of course Sam Knight's gonna get a turn, and not that bad. Definitely wasn't a crit. This guy's not in the best position. Obviously, you're going to concentrate your fire on Cyril. It won't take you but 1 shield throw and maybe a strike to take out Cyril. So let's go ahead and start off with this. And it was only 1 shield throw because we got a crit. That was nice. Valens.
The Affinity God shall lead us.
Definitely, you're going to face the Sam Knight and you're going to empower self. I don't trust that you can take him on yourself, but I ain't got a lot of options at this point. And that was not what I was hoping for, but let's see. Who goes next? Ladislaus. Am I confident that Ladislaus can kill this guy with 1 shield throw from a rear flank if he crits and if Valens crits? I mean, I'm taking a big gamble by leaving my back to Benedict. But if we can take this guy out as soon as... I think I gotta go for it. Gotta get rid of this guy. It's a very risky play, leaving my back to that big guy, but... you know, we're at a disadvantage here, and when you're at a disadvantage, sometimes you, oh no, I don't have the action points. I may not have talked about this, but right next to the sword, in the middle of the screen, you see these diamonds right here. Those are action points. And as you can see, throw shield, it costs 3 action points to use. So we can't use our shield throw. We just made a big tactical error, and we are definitely gonna pay for it. We're definitely gonna pay for it. Hopefully, Balance is able to block or dodge this attack. And unfortunately, he's not. That's what happens. Sometimes, you know, you gotta pay the price for your huge mistakes. Yeah, I think this match is lost. Just going for a strike. If we can, yeah, I don't see us pulling a victory out of this one. Marmillo is pretty good at blocking and dodging, so it's possible, but we're in a pretty hard spot. For one, the Secutor is doing amazing damage, and I might have probably should have considered recruiting one. I could go ahead and shield throw and hope that this is enough to kill the Secutor, and hope that I can block the Sam Knight.
Watch this move.
Yeah. If I hadn't put Valen's rear flank to Benedict, we might have been able to pull a victory out of there. But
Defeat.
you know, that's what I get. Anyways, this is Finky with LanParty, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Gladius. I hope you'll join me next time when we will try and maybe take on a slightly, maybe this one right here, this 1 to 3 versus 3, a slightly less difficult challenge in this cup, and go ahead and get us ourselves a couple cups, and maybe we can enter the tournament here. How many people does it want for this tournament? It wants 4. 4 and 5. Maybe not. We might have to go to a couple other towns and recruit a couple more individuals. I would really like a Peltus and a Centurion eventually, although I usually don't. A Sam Knight's another possibility. I hadn't considered the possibility of that. He's level 3, which is gonna make him charge a little bit more than level 1 would. I'm not sure. One thing's for sure though, we will finish that cup, or that league, and go and get our cups, and we might leave the town and look for more recruits. We might do another league here, as long as it doesn't require very many in the way of recruits. This has been Finky with LanParty. See you next time. My headphones just broke. And as I ended that last video, my headphones just broke when I put them off my head. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna have to get a whole new set of headphones. Like, wow. Like, the damn thing, like, it just snapped. One of the earpieces, the one with the mic too, just snapped right off. Really unfortunate. Oh well. I'll see you guys next time.